on everyone? Welcome back to Boy Andrew RFC, here with another World Cup squad builder, and today we're doing the Samba Kings of Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo. Yeah, I'm running out of places. So we're looking at who Brazil should be bringing to the World Cup, more specifically the starting 11, but man, this team has got so much depth, so much talent. I would say it probably on paper is the best Brazil team in quite a while. Obviously, you remember what happened at the last World Cup. Yeah, not pretty. But I think Brazil are in a much better spot now with their new coach and with the team that they have potentially to bring to the World Cup. I think they're in a very good spot. But without further ado, let's get to the starting 11 and some of these substitutes that they can be bringing. And remember, if you are new to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video and hit the subscribe button for more football content here on this channel. But let's get to it. All right, so I got Brazil lining up in a 4-3-3 formation, which I will show you at the end of the video as always, but we will be starting in net. And Brazil, for the first time in a long time, have very good goalies, and I'm talking two specifically. And the two goalies Brazil have more specifically are Ederson of Manchester City and Alisson of Roma. The two are very, very talented and very good, but I am going to be giving my nod and lean to Ederson. That's right, I'm giving it to the Manchester City goalie because I love him. He used to play for Benfica, and also he is just an absolute monster. And I think one of the reasons he might edge out Alisson in this is because of his distribution. The guy kicks the ball upfield like it's no one's business, hits guys perfectly on the pass and on the counter, so I think that's why it's his spot to lose. Moving over to the right back, and realistically, there's no question about who's going to be here. The ageless wonder that is Dani Alves. He just brings so much to this team in basically every way: attacking, physicality, leadership, etc. There's no question Dani Alves is going to be the starting right back. Now over in center back, there are a bit of questions for Brazil. There's probably not going to be no David Luiz. He has not played really almost at all this year for Chelsea. But there is one guy who I think is an absolute lock for the center back position. That is Marquinhos. Marquinhos of Paris Saint-Germain, without question, will be starting at center back for the Samba Kings because, you know, he just has something, and, you know, he's still young, he's still very good, and I think he just fits the squad dynamic probably the best. Now, who's playing beside Marquinhos is the big question for Brazil. Is it going to be Thiago Silva? Actually, I have him on the bench. The guy who I think will be starting beside him is Miranda of Inter. And the reason being is because he has found some playing time under this coach for their recent call-ups and whatnot, even being named captain a few times if I'm not mistaken there. So I think Miranda will get the nod. Thiago Silva will be on the bench. He has been benched a couple times at PSG to the surprise of a lot of people, but I think that's how it's going to go. Over at left back, Brazil has two absolutely spectacular left backs, but I think they're going to be going with the one who has been getting it done for them and has been winning the Champions League the past couple years, and that is Marcelo. Without question, Marcelo will be playing at left back, but right behind him at a close second, and you know it's not a bad backup to have, is going to be Alexandro. The beauty with Alexandro is he's able to also push up the field if they do need a winger or maybe more of an attacking presence, so I think having Sandro on the bench is a very, very good option. Of course, you can get in the argument of Filipe Luis of Atletico Madrid possibly making the team as a left back, but we will see, obviously. Now, moving over to the three midfielders, I have one playing a little bit more back, and then one kind of a hybrid, a box-to-box player, and one kind of being more attack-minded. So the first one, the guy who is going to be playing a little more back in front of the defense, will be Casemiro of Real Madrid as well. Really, I don't think there's an argument. The guy's a machine. Yes, he does foul a lot. Sure, he does have some disciplinary issues, but the guy plays his heart out every single game, and I think he fits the mantra for Brazil basically perfectly come this game. Beside Casemiro and that box-to-box player, I actually have Paulinho in the team of Barcelona, and who would have thought in September when he made the move over to Barcelona, we'd even be considering him for the Brazilian national team. We all laughed, we all joked, and thought, wow, he's going to fix Barca's issues. He's been a very big help for that team, scoring goals, assisting. He has cooled down a little bit as of late, but I think he's done just enough to get into the Brazil national team. I think he offers kind of that hybrid player, like I've mentioned, that can really help them. And now over is to the more attacking midfielder, and that is going to be Felipe Coutinho of now Barcelona. The reason being I have Felipe Coutinho here in the middle instead of on the wing is because I think Brazil has a little bit too much talent on the wings for him to be there. And with Barcelona, he's actually been playing a little bit in the middle beside Andres Iniesta. He has also played a little bit on the wing, but that's the thing with Coutinho is he is able to adapt anywhere. And I think if you have him in a central attacking role where he can switch off with the wingers, which with I think the guys they have, he will be able to do, I think it's a dream come true for the Brazilian national team. Now in the midfield, they do have a lot of options to come off the bench that they can still call up with the likes of Fernandinho, Giuliano, who's playing over in Turkey, and Fred of Shakhtar Donetsk, just to name a few. They do have those options there, and other guys who are probably playing in Brazil who we might not even fully know of yet. And now the attack for Brazil, which has always been probably the most fun regarding these teams. So of course we got our left winger, we've got our striker, and we've got our right winger. And on the left, obviously, it's gonna be Fred. No, I'm just joking. It's obviously Neymar. Come on, let's be for real here. There's no one else. He should be recovered by the time the World Cup starts, is what they're saying, from his injury that he suffered at Paris Saint-Germain. And for the sake of Brazil and, entertainment value of the World Cup, we obviously hope he is okay come that time. The guy is electric, Of course, he has his diving issues, but a lot of players have that as well. Neymar, without question, will be on the left. Now on the bench over here, you have your options. You have the likes of Douglas Costa. I even mentioned Alex Sandro as well, being able to push up a little bit on the field. So I think on the left side, they're okay. Not to mention, obviously, Philippe Coutinho, again, could fill in on the left side over here as well. In the middle of the three forwards, I'm going to be going with Roberto Firmino of Liverpool as the striker. The guy has been so clinical, playing around some good talent, obviously, with Sadio Mane and Mo Salah. And I think with Brazil, that's not going to be an exception, having Neymar on the left, and the guy that we have over on the right side has been having a phenomenal season as well. Firmino in the middle with these two, I think, will be absolutely lethal. He's a great finisher, he's a great dribbler, he's a great passer. He's got it all. Now on the bench, behind Roberto Firmino, I'm going to be going with Gabriel Jesus of Manchester City. The kid is very clinical as well, gets along very well with Neymar apparently, so that's a good option there. Now, if Brazil does want to go with a little bit more experience in the middle in terms of at least off the bench, they can always turn to Jonas of Benfica. The guy's got 30 goals already at this point this year. Absolutely on fire and on a tear. Again, if they want to go with the experience option, maybe a guy just to come in to try to finish off goals, he's their guy. And now on the right-hand side of that attack, we're going to be going with Willian of Chelsea. Again, without a doubt in my mind, Willian should be here. On the right-hand side, they don't have as many options. They're more strong-suited on the left. Of course, a lot of these guys are able to switch off, but Willian, especially in the Champions League for Chelsea and the English League, has probably been, you could argue, their best player all season. His shooting has been drastically improved. His crossing of the ball, his speed, his pace, everything Willian has done for Chelsea seems to just be right. So when you put the team all together in that 4-3-3 formation, it should look a little something like this. So there you got it. That's how I have Brazil lining up this coming World Cup. I think it is a very strong team in every single position. They have depth. They just need the coaching to get it right. Obviously, in qualification, they were very good. And, I think that can carry on to the World Cup. They're one of the teams I'm the most worried about because if they can play at their high-intense speed and movement of the ball, they can beat basically anyone come World Cup time. But as always, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know who you think should be in Brazil's starting 11 or on the bench behind any of the guys I've put, or even ahead of any of the guys I put. And of course, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share this video, hit the like button, and do everything else you can. It's been your boy, Andrew RFC. Peace, much love, take care, bye-bye.